Now, we're off to the Isle of Man, where a new dedicated service has been launched today for people with long COVID, as well as ME and chronic fatigue syndrome. It comes after decades of campaigning for a bespoke service, which was exacerbated when the lasting effects of coronavirus emerged. Alex Watton has sent this report.
I felt like I was hit by a train and I went to hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack.
Gemma Wild was diagnosed with long COVID in 2020, when 3 months after recovering from the virus, her life changed overnight.
There was a locum doctor who laughed when I said some of my symptoms, and told me I was just anxious. And that makes you feel very low.
A dedicated service for people like Gemma has now been launched by Manx Care to also support people suffering with ME and chronic fatigue.
I think the real significance of this is it validates people's experience that they've had. We're saying to people who have ME and chronic fatigue and then long COVID, we see you and your experience is real.
While there is still a lot being learnt about long COVID, a group of people on the Isle of Man feared what the pandemic could mean long term.
For the ME community, who are mainly made up of people whose lives have been changed by viruses, a viral pandemic, the alarm bells are going off, there's going to be post-viral illnesses. When the pandemic arrived and the number of long COVID cases started spiralling out of control, I thought the number of people who I could help, is so big. It's worth putting any energy I've got into this.
The new service has been praised by the UK's ME Association, which said, "We have held up the island's development as a gold standard example of how patients, politicians and healthcare providers can all work together to achieve a successful outcome for some of the most disabled people in society."
It will make a massive change to so many people, and hopefully the word will get out so that people don't go down this rabbit warren that I've gone down and get to the extent where you are struggling to even have a shower.
There are more than 1,000 people on the island living with long COVID, with a further 350 with ME and chronic fatigue. And after more than 30 years of campaigning, dedicated support has arrived on the Isle of Man. Alex Watton, BBC North West Tonight, Braddon.